Alright, hey, so as I'm recording today, it's the last day for the Lantern Rite event. Now we're gonna do so-called semi-flagship event, which is basically another event story quest, which features a very not so popular character in the game, which is Lisa of the Knights of Favonius. And it's got a brand new skin, so we're gonna take a look. It's the brand new skin. Just yeah, it says an outfit for Lisa is someone commissioned for her. She revisited Sumeru, a perfect blend, and blah blah blah. Just yeah, it's more like the outfit when she was in Sumeru. Okay, so what we do is to talk to F&D, just okay in Sumeru, not far from here. And yeah, it's gonna be a short video this time, instead of usual like 2 to 4 hours on the story quest and also the event quest. Yeah, this is also the event quest, so we're gonna do some burn some time and see what the new event will look like.
Greetings! Welcome to the Citadel of Regzar. Would you be interested in taking on some commissions?
We've already been here for a long time, if I'm honest.
Are there any easy jobs where we can earn loads of Mora for just standing around? Oh, better yet, for just sitting around?
We don't currently have any commissions like that. However, I do have some relatively simple requests from residents that will pay several thousand Mora.
Really? That's all? That isn't nearly enough for Paimon.
Or the more Mora, the better.
Yeah. Effendi, are there any high-paying commissions available?
Oh, don't get too greedy,
I
Paimon.
see. Let me think. Spontamod recently initiated a research project on the ley lines and is looking for paid volunteers. There are several researchers in Spontamod who specialize in studying ley lines, so there is a great demand for ley lines data. Researchers often need to enter domains to investigate ley line disorder. They have been understaffed for some time, even after recruiting a good number of their own students. So, now they've turned to recruiting large numbers of volunteers. They offer substantial pay, but they also have strict requirements for the quality of the volunteers. Yes, let's walk through the recruitment process. First of all, are you proficient with one or more types of weapon? Very good. How's your understanding of elements? Are you capable of using elemental powers? All right, I'll put you down as the Traveler, right? Okay, I've finished the registration. I'll be coordinating the necessary supplies and payments for volunteers later.
Basically, I'm just you're just lying with me, just only a sword user.
You'll have to find Gafoor for more details about the job. However, he has an important visitor today, so I don't think he'll be in the academia. According to the standard protocol for receiving visitors, he will most likely bring the visitor to the Puspa Cafe. You can go there and talk to him when his time with the visitor has finished. He sounded like he was in quite the rush to recruit volunteers when he contacted me, but now he's showing a visitor around. Seriously, who could be so important?
Yeah, it's like... Right, so go to Puspa Cafe. Yeah, like I miss the old days when using a star characters. But yeah, I expect Dendro will buff them to whether they get easily. It's not much, unfortunately.
Do you still remember what the coffee's like here?
Of course. How could I forget? It used to be my go-to drink here. Listen, Gafoor. I suppose I should call you Professor Gafoor now. We're old acquaintances, so how about we stop beating around the bush, hmm? First you wanted to catch up, and now the coffee. If you have something to say, just say it.
Oh, that's Gafoor. He's the one we're searching for. But he seems to be busy talking with someone else.
Oh, well, it's nothing really. It's just that ever since you left the academia, our original projects and plans have lost their backbone, so to speak. Cyrus is also disappointed. He's always valued you as a proud disciple.
Yeah, that's
To be
the
honest,
head
it's
of
a real
Mondstadt
shame that you left the
eventually
academia,
killed.
Lisa. With your wisdom and intellect, had you stayed in the academia, you would have become a herbad by now.
Hold on. That's Lisa! The librarian Lisa! Paimon heard that Lisa had studied at the academia before, but that was a long time ago.
If I'm reading the situation right, you're reminiscing about the past to convince me to come back, aren't you?
Well, I heard that you're currently the librarian for the Knights of Favonius in Mondstadt. If you ask me, that's a tragic waste of your talents. Why waste your time and energy on something as trivial as taking care of a library? Your time is much more valuable than that.
A simple reason why is just open a very cursed book on her vision, and then staying at home is a good thing.
If you're willing to come back to the academia, I have plenty of projects for you to preside over right away. The academia needs people right now, and some of these projects are quite important.
Yawn. So all this talk is to convince me to come back. I'm guessing Professor Cyrus doesn't know that you're talking to me
Oh.
about that.
As a matter of fact, he has long wanted you to come back and work at the academia.
Is that so? You know, Professor Gafoor, it isn't a good idea to lie to people. Our teacher knows exactly why I left the academia after only 2 years. Giving up my life in Mondstadt and returning to the academia as a Spontamod researcher. The price of seeking wisdom is no longer something I'm willing to pay. So please, don't bother trying to get me to come back.
Wow! So Lisa used to be a Spontamod researcher? Paimon's never heard her mention it before.
Besides, taking care of a library is important work. I've never considered it a waste of my time. Wisdom is hidden in every corner of the world. Never underestimate wisdom, no matter how small it may appear. A good scholar wouldn't overlook the small details, Gafoor. I'm sorry. I'm still not used to calling you Professor. Nevertheless, the underlying meaning of what you just said is simply wrong. And there's one other detail you probably haven't noticed. 2 people have been eavesdropping on us for quite a while now. Is there anything we can help you two with?
Hello, Lisa?
Well, if it isn't you two, long time no see, cutie. Paimon.
Excuse me, but what business do you two have here?
Well, actually, we're here to participate in a research project on ley lines for Spontamod. We just finished registering with Effendi.
A research project on ley lines? Oh, darling, you haven't joined the academia, have you?
Right. Effendi told us a research project is looking for paid volunteers. That's what we came to see Gafoor about.
Paid volunteers? Gafoor, is the academia really that understaffed? Or are there projects that insist on the use of outsiders?
No. The paid volunteers are for a conventional project to monitor the ley lines. We rely on a lot of manpower to collect the data. There's no way around it now. But if only you would agree to come back and preside over some matters, we wouldn't have to go through all this nonsense.
If memory serves me right, collecting ley lines data requires investigators to go deep into domains, which can be dangerous.
We've seen our fair share of combat since leaving Mondstadt. Exploring a domain is like a walk in the park to us.
It's been so long now. I can only imagine what wonderful stories you have to share.
So there's nothing to worry about.
Since you two are here to apply for the project, then please wait a moment while I talk to Lisa.
I'm sorry, Gafoor. My answer is still no.
Too excited?
Aren't you even a little bit interested?
I have never regretted my decision to leave the academia. And I don't think that will change in the future.
I thought after all this time you would have a different answer. You've made yourself clear. I'll only make a fool of myself if I keep insisting. In that case, I still have unfinished business to take care of, so I'll take my leave. See you at the Darshan reunion in a few days.
Yes. Don't worry. I'll be there on time.
As for you two, please come see me later in the Mawtiyima Forest when you're free. We'll need your help with the volunteer work. Oh, and one last thing, Lisa.
Yes?
I wish you the best of luck in Mondstadt.
Thank you. Well then, cuties. Now that the recruiter is gone, we can sit down and have a good chat. Much has been happening within the academia, and Gafur is paving the way for his future.
By the way, Lisa, what brought you to Sumeru? Are the Knights okay with you being gone?
Of course. Jean gave me an extended paid vacation. It's rare that I get any time off, so I thought to myself, why not go on a trip and relax a little? I don't know how much of our conversation you heard, but I studied in the Spontamad Darshan at the Academia for 2 years. But instead of staying at the Academia after graduation, I went back to Mondstadt to become the librarian for the Knights of Favonius.
So that's why you came to Sumeru, right? To walk around and meet with your old friends and teacher.
You'd like to know, wouldn't you? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt if I told you. After all, it was ages ago. If anything, it all boils down to a difference in philosophy. When I first came to the academia, Professor Cyrus really appreciated my work and invited me to participate in several major projects. But most of those projects ended in failure. To be honest, they went too far trying to achieve wisdom beyond mortal understanding, so failure was only to be expected.
Oh dear, that is...
I didn't want any part of that lunacy,
Yeah,
so I
contains
left.
spoilers.
Anyway, now that I told you, make sure you keep it between us.
Sounds like you've experienced a lot.
I don't wish to return to the academia, even if Professor Cyrus came to ask me personally. Rather than conducting experiments day and night, I'm much more suited for working hours that start after 10 a.m., with regular afternoon tea every day.
Oh, Lisa chose to be a librarian because she doesn't want to deal with hassles.
I prefer to take things at my own pace when it comes to tiring tasks like a job. And besides, being able to take regular vacations is also really important. It's a pity I didn't even have time to visit that child in Gandharvaville yet. Gafur found me just after I arrived in Sumeru. Speaking of which, what about you two? What brings my favorite cuties to Sumeru? I see. Even I didn't expect them to be so bent on their pursuit, wanting to even surpass the gods.
But yeah, you can also get an alternative voiceovers if you haven't completed the entire chapter 3 yet.
Sounds like you were involved in some remarkable events again, and I was completely unaware. And to think, you were even able to handle a crisis of that magnitude. Cutie, your abilities are really beyond measure. Having accomplished such a feat, I'm sure you must have a lot on your plate right now. I was actually thinking about inviting you two to walk around Sumeru with me. What a pity. It's very rare for us to meet like that. I plan to spend the next few days visiting around Sumeru City. At the end of my stay, I'll leave from Gandharvaville and return to Mondstadt via Liyue. Who knows? Perhaps we'll bump into each other again in Sumeru City or Gandharvaville. Come to think of it, there's something romantic about such a chance encounter like this. It's like icing on the cake for the... If you see me around, be sure to come and say hello. Otherwise, I might start feeling lonely. I remember, you two agreed to meet Gafur in Mawtiyima Forest to talk about the ley lines research job. Feel free to leave if you want to go look for him. As for me, I think I'll spend a little more time at Puspa Cafe.
That is... Oh dear, I feel that this update is a little bit rushed. Hope the second page will be finer than this because yeah, there's no Yeah, but we're getting, yeah, we're getting the post Lantern Rite rewards after the event overs, but when we can have another week to spare. Oh dear, that's not good. Alright, so we're going to this brand new domain. Just okay then. This place, yeah, the Mawtiyima Forest. As you can see, nothing's changed. There's a Fatui mermaid right there. Some Hilichurls everywhere. Right, meet this guy again.
There you are. Looks like you two are ready. Very well. Let me inform you of some detail. Spontamod has been involved with the ley lines for a long time, and it's imperative that their current is constantly monitored. This research project was also organized to help meet this demand. However, because abnormal fluctuations often occur in Sumeru domains, we must regularly send people deep into various domains to record the situation with the ley lines. Since it's often dangerous inside the domains, we've established a rule of only dispatching personnel with combat capability. It'll be your task to go into the domain and record any ley line anomalies. However, if you encounter any danger, please prioritize your safety. Well, those are all the necessary details. When you're ready, you may enter the domain.
Yeah, let's enter the domain. I'm gonna do the first stage. I'm gonna finish up the rest of the stage. There are 5 of them, and you'll get a primogems each stage. So we're gonna do the first stage. I'm gonna do the rest later on my phone. Go to challenge. No, it's not. Press F. Press F to pay respects. Let's just say enter the domain. So we're up against some monsters, some I think this would be correct. Yeah. Also do some configuration skills, so I'll just click these anyway. Because yeah, the difficulty, I'll just do the in easy instead, just to try out the new outfit.
Make yourselves a move! Invisible evidence!
Freeze to the core! More speed! Rack and ruin!
The Temple of Wisdom! Breath of Flame! Bellowing Thunder!
Vengeance will be mine!
Like, I can't believe why, why the delay you enchant her rerun so long.
Share the knowledge!
That's right, so what we can do.
Let's spark things up a little.
Yeah, I'm like the spread out
Invisible evidence! Incinerate!
The depth's back.
I hope
Still.
later, for the item. That's the free.
The Temple of Wisdom! Hey!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Scatter.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Don't get it, you agree!
Just let your guard down.
I'll hate them. Well, it's much more comfortable than using a touchscreen.
The process of elimination.
Yeah, that's all I can do. I can do all 2,000, but it's the same reward. I think I better finish up from now on. Later, there's nothing else I can do right now but to complete the entire thing, get the reward. Yeah, so I think that might be a hit. Alright, I'm back, and yeah, and I got all this stuff. And of course, later, yeah, and of course, Lantern Rite is over. But not for long. And also the brand new
Knights and aristocrats
going to be ran by next week will be running up soon. And yeah, I decided to saving up a bit because
Same cultural
next
heritage.
up that I think is gonna be you know, the build duel event featuring the one and only Itto Artaki himself. I don't know, it's gonna be look like the this one, which is a semi flagship event, which features a mini game. This is basically
But the knights...
yeah, I got all of the primogems except for this. How do I get 8,000? It's like I need more, like, but it's just only more and mythical enhancement, or who cares anyway. Yeah, so I got all like nearly, but I got all of the stuff I need later for the day banner, or maybe skip that as well or go for oh dear, wait for how much? Like the 2-3 months? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna opt for gonna off from Genshin for about a week, or maybe I'll just grind for later.
Enough sense to do away with all the
happy Lantern Rite.
superfluous
Have a nice
detail.
day, everyone. Me two trains standing there. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. At this time, during the event, you can actually talk to Lisa in certain places in Sumeru, but I heard that she say about Eula dancing and forgot to put it. Put her dancing in Sumeru. I don't think that's gonna work because yeah, that's gonna work because we're in a super theater and yeah that. Oh, it's gonna be cringy as you know that. Yeah, she's not satisfied. She's still not satisfied.